Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Daily Muse. I'm Bill Davis, and today I want to talk about how do you deal with a big problem or a big project, one that's challenging. And there are two main ways to deal with a problem or a project. I've worked in corporate America. I've owned my own businesses. I've worked for small businesses. I'm a parent. I've done do-it-yourself projects around the house. In fact, I flipped my own house, and we'll talk about that later. That was fun, not, um, but rewarding. Um, I had something on my finger. Sorry. Um, I've got a lot of ums today, and I have to ask: is it better hat or no hat? All right. So let's move on. So the first way is, and the most common way, and it's usually put in the form of a metaphorical question, and that is, how do you eat an elephant? And the answer is one bite at a time. So what you do is you take your project or your problem and you break it into smaller pieces and you work on each piece. Some pieces you can work concurrently, some pieces you can't work on until the last piece is finished. But you work on all of them, you lay them out on a timeline. You could put it on paper, you could put it on a napkin, you could put it in Microsoft Project, you could put it in your head. Doesn't really matter, as long as you know how to keep track of it and know what ducks you have to put in a row and just start knocking down the ducks. And that works, except that sometimes when you lay out that timeline and you look at realistic, how long is it going to take me to do each of these pieces, you could be 3 months out. And that may not be very satisfying, right? You may have to solve a problem in a week. And how do you do that? Well, the other way to do it is you go whole hog. Whole hog. You just go in, all in, put all your chips on the table, and you bet. And it could be a bluff, or you could have a winning hand. The idea here is that you just go in and you just keep plugging away at the problem until it's gone. Now, the difference is the similarity, right? You're still breaking that problem up into smaller chunks, but you're just not leaving those chunks for 8-hour periods of time. So there have been times when I've had projects that could have taken a week that I got done in 24 hours. Well, how did I do that? I worked 24 hours in a row. You get into a mental state where if you're healthy and rested and conditioned for this and not overworked, you can actually go into a project for 24 hours, maybe even 40 to 48 hours, no sleep, breaks, but no sleep, no long periods of rest, and you can just get it done. I've written books like that, where I just wrote for, something that I had scheduled to take a month. I kind of screwed around for 3.5 weeks and got it done in 3 days. They're not big books. They're not novels. They're not, tomes. They're not Bibles, but they were, books that I sold on Amazon, and they did quite well, honestly. So that's the point here. You can choose to tackle things in different ways, and the two main ways to deal with challenging problems or issues or projects is you either break them up into small pieces and you manage them and you just go along your merry way, or you just go whole hog and do it all at once. And it all depends on kind of your frame of mind and what your deadlines are. And sometimes you have the luxury of going in, one bite at a time, and stuff goes wrong and you have a deadline and it's for a client, or even if it's for you, you need to get it done by a certain time. You just get it done, right? So my question to you is, how do you deal with stuff like that? I'd like to know. Tell me in the comments down there, and subscribe, because I'm going to keep doing these. And I think, if you like them, you'll want to subscribe. So talk to you tomorrow. Bye.